today we're going to show you a movie that depicts Abigail in a modern day time, a modern day Abigail, a woman that knows how to raise a child in this time, in such a time like this, an Abigail woman of today.
Will everyone please be seated?
So, as a wrap-up today, I want to congratulate all the graduating students of the University of Houston Victoria class of 2019. I have a special recognition to make. Whilst all of you have worked really hard these few years, one person emerged the overall best graduating student for the year 2019. From her first year of school, she had been at the top of the class in all courses. She is not only graduating today with a summa cum laude alongside honors and awards in 17 courses, she is also the recipient of the most prestigious Student Dean's Award. Please stand with me as we honor June Emerald Harvey, the best graduating student of the class of 2019.
Good evening, viewers. You're welcome to another episode of Celebrating with Stacy. I'm your girl, Stacy Katrina, and today I have with me two wonderful people that I believe you need to hear their stories. Each of them has played a role in each other's life that is worth learning from. Please welcome June and Abigail Harvey.
Thank you, Miss Stacy.
Thank you, Miss Stacy, for having us.
Dr. June recently graduated from the Baylor's College of Medicine. She was top of her class. She had 17 awards. She had a prestigious Dean's Award. She was the most outstanding student of the year. And we have her here today. We would like to hear from her. What steps did she take? How did she do it? How did we get to see the June that we're seeing here today? Let me start by saying, congratulations, Dr. June.
Thank you. It's all to the grace of God.
We do give all glory to God. All glory to God. But what steps did you take?
Like I said, Miss Stacy, it's all to the glory of God. It's by God's grace. And I return the glory to God and for a wonderful, supportive mother that's been behind me through the journey.
Do you want to tell us more about what your mother did?
Yes, you know, medical school is really hard. It was almost like I had no other life other than studying. I studied, I stayed up all night, I stayed focused, and it all came together at the end. But I wouldn't say, I know probably other people did the same thing that I did, but the difference for me was my mother. I know we all love our moms, but my mom is one solid rock behind me. The foundation she gave me, her prayers, her supportive words, always on her knees, and her sacrifices for me brought us to where we are today.
That's good. I do notice something. You've been talking about your mom. You've been, making gestures to your mom. What about your father?
It's a very sensitive topic for me to talk about my father, but I think it's time I talk about it. You see, my younger years were not always this rosy. My father was very absent in my life. And when he was there, his presence was inconsequential. He didn't really care about me or what becomes of me. As a matter of fact, I have a memory that gets stuck in my head that I can't get out of my head. I remember I overheard him and my mother having a conversation years ago, my younger years, in the kitchen.
Please, when are you going to give me the money?
Can you please just stop disturbing me about this girl? She's a girl, for crying out loud. This is someone that can get pregnant maybe at the age of 14 or 15 or 16 or even at worst run away with a guy. Why are you disturbing me?
No, no. The fact that she's a girl does not mean that she does not have a glorious destiny. I believe if we invest in her, she's gonna be great. I believe in her. Why are you doing this? Why?
Look, so long as you refuse to give me a but, why am I even bothering myself discussing all this with you? I already have a solution to your problem.
What? Are you working out on me? You're working out on me. Ah, Lord Jesus. Ah, Lord, Lord, can you just help me? Jesus, please help me. Help my child. She must be great. She must be great. She cannot be a liability. You need to help her, Lord. I know she has a glorious destiny. I know you have made her to be great, Lord. Let there be manifestation of your miracles in the name of Jesus.
After that incident, my mother became my rock, the only parental figure in my life. I will never forget her sacrifices. My mother had to keep 2 jobs. She was never home. She was going from one job to the other just to make ends meet. Every day was a work day. There was no off day. Even when she comes home, I can see that my mom is exhausted. But she still takes out a little time and she stays with me. She talks about school. She helps me with my homework. And I know that she's trying so hard to hide how tired she was. But she was always there, regardless. When I'm sick, if I'm okay, she's always there. That's why I'm here today. I could never have told this story, Miss Stacy, without this woman behind me. And God gave her to me. He supported her. And from my mother, I know that you would never serve God in vain. Because that's all my mother did. Always on her knees. And I know that God answers because of the prayers over me. As much as my mother tried to hide how exhausted she was, one day she let it.
Mom,
Yes, June.
this thing is too hard. I'm not getting it.
What?
Why can't you give me a private tutor like everyone else?
But I help you, June. I do this with you.
I know you do, but I need real people that know the subject, not you.
Jesus, please help me. Help me. June, please come over. Come and sit with me. I need to talk with you. Have a seat. We need to have a private talk today. June, I have told you, you need to be contented with what you have. You cannot always have it all, but be contented with the little that you have. Do you know how many jobs I do just because I want you to be good? You just need to be contented with what you have. You don't even know what can happen the next time. Bible says that in all things we should give thanks to God. You need to learn to give thanks to God for the little that you have, no matter how small it is. I mean, we don't even know what can happen next. They might even cut off the lights. There may not be food anymore. You don't even know. You don't know what can happen next. And you don't even know what I go through every day just because I want you to be perfect, baby. Please, please be contented with what you have.
What, Mom? The light's gonna turn off? What do you mean the light's gonna turn off? So I'm gonna be here without electricity? How will I see? What about my food? How will I iron my clothes? How will I charge my phone? I cannot live without my phone.
Oh, Lord. June, I go through a lot just because I want you to be great. Do you know the number of jobs I do? Just because I want you to be good in life, June. I need you to be grateful. I'm trying my best for you. I don't even wear good clothes because I want you to be good in life. Oh, Lord.
I'm sorry, Mom, for what I said. I know you struggle hard to provide for me. I appreciate and love you dearly. I promise to stay focused and be contented. By God's grace, I'll make you proud.
Come here, darling. Come over. I love you, baby.
Dr. June, it seems you were a bit tough when you were growing up.
You can say that again. Looking back, yes. I was a little bit insensitive. Should I call it now? It should be age. I remember when I was boycotting school, I thought school was a distraction. I thought hanging out with my friends and standing in the hallways and gisting was all life was about. I didn't care or didn't really consider how my mother felt or even the struggles she had. It was all about being part of friends, being in my friends group, being accepted amongst them and hanging out and doing all that was what I thought was life. The gun incident. Miss Stacy, that incident almost ruined my life. Today would never have happened.
The gun incident. What is the gun incident?
Miss Harvey,
Yes, please.
your daughter June has been up to something of late. She has been a very good student, but we've noticed of late she has kept bad company. She doesn't come to class and she does not even listen in class. We've tried to reach out to her so many ways, but it's not working. We even had to get a counselor involved in this. We've had a couple of sessions and she actually did not show up for any. Even the counselor tried calling you a couple times, but your phone was disconnected. The straw that broke the camel's back is the reason why I brought you here to my office. Miss Harvey? Miss Harvey? Miss Harvey?
Yes, please.
Are you with us?
I'm sorry. I was actually lost in thought. You said something.
Like I said earlier on, we found a gun in your daughter's hands.
What? June! June! Hey! Jesus! Hey!
After further investigation, we found out the gun belonged to her friend in her gang,
Oh,
but the
Jesus.
teacher found the gun in June's hands.
Ah! This girl has killed me.
Aside from the recurring incidents of shooting in schools these days, it's a felony to have such an item in school. And just to let you know, your daughter, June, will be expelled.
Man, please. Please, just have mercy on me, please.
I understand. June has been a good student.
Please,
Your
please.
daughter will be expelled alongside with 4 other students.
Jesus.
The police is taking this over.
Please, have mercy on me.
I wish I could do anything, but the police has taken this whole case over. It's against the Texas Code of Law.
What can we do? How can you help? Please, just help me, please. Please.
If it's okay for you at this point, I would like for you to go out to the hallway with other people. And the police will be here shortly.
June!
Miss Abigail, that must have been a very tough time of your life. And very challenging too, I believe. But what did you do? What steps did you take for us to see the June that we are seeing here today?
Thank you, Miss Stacy. It was really a trying period for us. She couldn't go back to school because of the case. So, the judge gave her 200 hours of community service. Some people said we were actually favored by God to even get that. It was either we pay the fine or she goes to jail. Will I watch my daughter go to jail? So, she was actually ashamed at first. So I needed to encourage her. Every time she was going for the community service, I went with her. And every time we get back to the house, I still pray with her. And just tell her, baby, this is a phase. And God will see you through the phase. So, after that, I registered her for GED. And thank God, we studied together, both day and night. Thank God she was able to make it. And so, she went to college.
Back to you, John. So with all this going on, I know in the beginning you did mention that your father was absent. But with the gun incident, what did your father do? What role did your father play?
To my father, having a girl child, that I'll end up in the kitchen, he didn't think I had no value in society. So my father was not present in anything. He didn't care about what I do or what I didn't do. After I passed my GED, I got admission to the glory of God to the University of Houston. There comes another phase of our life. Financially, we couldn't afford it. Because of the felony case, I applied for financial aid, I got declined. I applied for student loans, I got declined. I lost all hope. I was in a dark hole. I was so depressed because I knew all I had was her. And I knew how hard she worked and she couldn't afford financially to pay my tuition. So in my mind, that was the end of going to college for me, that I couldn't get a college degree. I was depressed. I didn't have a reason to live because I had so much regret of one little mistake. And I call it little mistake, not little, innocent mistake. Could ruin my whole life. But again, to the glory of God and by His grace, my uncle stepped in, my maternal uncle.
So you had an uncle that could help?
Yes, but...
Actually, that was the only secret I kept from her. There was no uncle anywhere.
What?
She couldn't get financial aid because of her record. So, I had to sell the only property I had just to see her through college.
Mom, you did. But that's the only ties you have to Grandpa. How did you do that?
Well,
Why did you not tell me? Why, Mom? Why? Why did you do that?
That I save her and let her have a good life than for me to hold on to a property. You know, I just can't let her go through it alone. You know, I'm sorry, baby, but
Why
just
did you
had
not
to do
tell
that.
me? Why did you do that?
Wow, Veers. This is another
I love you, Mom. I love you. Thank you for everything. Thank you for loving me. Thank you, Mom.
What a great motherly sacrifice. In this present age, in such a time like this, where we have mothers that are preoccupied with social life, going to parties, slaying, or whatever, however they describe it, we have a mother that is dedicated to seeing a child succeed. She's prayerful, she's supportive, she's present. Even though she has to do many jobs for her child to survive, the child could still feel her presence. We thank God for a mother like Abigail. That wraps today's episode of Celebrated with Stacy. Thank you for watching. See you next time.